This is Boxing Talk 8576. I recently seen 78 vid on Mayweather and Pacquiao and them screwing up the fight of the decade, probably the biggest fight in boxing history. And he made some good points. So subscribe to 78 Fight News, and he has a great channel. He brings some good points about this Mayweather Pacquiao debacle. So go ahead and look at it. And I want to talk about Mayweather real quick and him not willing to fight the biggest fight of his career. I'm gonna take you through a scenario. I don't know if you know much about swimming, but I'm trying to compare this as much as to one-on-one sports as I can. In swimming, at the Olympics, there are preliminaries before you get to the gold medal, final swim off, to win a gold. And my favorite swimmer I've seen in the last couple Olympics is Michael Phelps. Just imagine Michael Phelps. I think it's maybe four preliminaries. He wins four of his preliminaries, and you have, the top 8 swimmers that won their preliminaries, and they have a swim off for the gold, the finals. Imagine if Michael Phelps dominated his preliminaries, just blew away the competition and just dominated his preliminaries, and he's 4-0. Let's say it's the butterfly, and the 200 meter butterfly, and he says, well, I'm 4-0, so why should I have to swim for the gold? I shouldn't have to swim for the gold. I'm 4-0. The people that swim for the gold, they're not on my level, so I'm not gonna swim for the gold. Imagine if he did that. What do you think people's reaction will be? Do you think people will look at him like he's the greatest? Should we look at him like he's the greatest swimmer of that 200 butterfly meter, or should we look at him like, man, what's wrong with you? Why you don't want to swim against the best of the other preliminaries? That's kind of fishy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't respect you if you don't want to swim against, the best of the other preliminaries for the gold. You gonna skip out on the gold because they are not on your level, or you don't want to risk losing, so you rather just keep your 4-0 win streak and go home. Imagine if Roger Federer, he plays tennis. Imagine if he's playing in the French Open, and it's like what? It's like 6 rounds, and he's 6-0, and it gets to the final. He say, I don't want to. I don't want to play this match. I don't play this final match for the trophy. I'm 6-0. Why should I have to play this guy? I'm 6-0. I can go home right now and just keep my 6-0 record. Cause hey, I don't want to risk. I don't want to take the risk of losing, so I'm gonna go home. You think his fans will look at him in a different way? Yes, they should, because you not taking on the ultimate challenge. The ultimate challenge is to win the cup. Is to finish the task at hand. Let's go to some team sports. Imagine if, let's just say something that really happened. The 72 Dolphins went undefeated. I think they were like 12-0 or something like that. Whatever, how many games they was playing back then. And what if the coach was like, hey, we 12-0. Why should we have to fight the champions of the other conference, for the Super Bowl? Why should we have to risk losing to them and lose our undefeated record? No, we're going to keep our undefeated record and we're going to go home. Y'all can get them the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl don't define our team. We're 12-0. Does that make sense? How you think the fans will look at them? Like they were like, man, you didn't want to play the biggest game of your of the season and possibly your career. I gotta have second thoughts about you being the best team that year. Yeah, you undefeated, but you didn't want to take on the biggest challenge. And that's when I come to Floyd Mayweather. Pacquiao is your championship. Pacquiao is the championship of your era. You 45-0, but yet you don't want to fight the champion. The champion fight for the championship of your era. You just gonna say, I'm 45-0. You know, why should I have to take the risk? Think I'll just go home, you know, with my undefeated record. However I finish my career, I might finish. Okay, you got 3 or 4 fights left. I'm 50-0. I'll just go home. 49-0. I'll just go home and, you know, stay undefeated. Cause you know, one fighter don't define my career. You know what I'm saying? Or why should I have to fight Pacquiao? He's the #1 contender. You know, the belt don't define me. You know, I'm 45-0. He's already lost. Shouldn't we be looking at him like, why are you not fighting the biggest fight of your career, financially and physically? Why are you running away from the biggest fight of your career, and then downgrade it and say that fight is not on my career? That fight is not on my level. Pacquiao's an 8-time world champion. Yeah, he's not on your level. You fought Robert Guerrero. Was Robert Guerrero on your level? You fought Canelo Alvarez. Was Canelo Alvarez on your level? You fought your boy, Ortiz. Victor Ortiz. Was Victor Ortiz on your level? If Manny Pacquiao ain't on your level, but Amir Khan is on your level. Amir Khan is on your level. Let me tell you why Amir Khan's on your level. Amir Khan's on your level because Amir Khan, in your eyes, is not a risk, and you still get the reward you're looking for, which is a big payday. You say Amir Khan has this big fan base. Okay, Amir Khan has this big fan base, so you're saying, I'm going to bring Amir Khan in. I'm going to bring Amir Khan in and make as much money as I'm going to make you, and still I'm going to make good money, and I'm not going to risk a whole lot, because in my eyes, Amir Khan, he's really not on my level. But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to tell everyone that he's a really good fighter, and the last couple fights he won was impressive, because guess what? I have to build him up. Because if I say he's not on my level, then they're going to say, okay, why are you fighting him? You know, but see, you have to read between the lines when you listen to Floyd Mayweather interviews. You know, he say Pacquiao pay-per-view numbers don't do well. Pacquiao is the second biggest pay-per-view attraction in boxing. How's his pay-per-view numbers ain't doing well? Yeah, he had a couple of fights where his pay-per-view numbers wasn't as good as other fights, you know, but he's second behind you. Don't you think if y'all get together, y'all can have the biggest fight in history, pay-per-view fight in history, and make the most money? You will make way more money than you make with Canelo Alvarez. But Mayweather, you want to run away from the biggest fight of your career because you don't want to risk losing. So therefore, when it's time for the legacy talk and pound for pound greatest of all times, you can't stand in that line. Imagine if Muhammad Ali didn't fight Joe Frazier. Imagine what he'd say, oh, Joe Frazier ain't on my level, because aura-wise, Muhammad Ali was the biggest thing back then. He could have, you know what I'm saying, say, I don't want to fight him, he's not on my level. But you know why he fought him? Because he knew that there was a challenge. That was a challenge. So he took the challenge on. Imagine Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight Hearns and say, hey, Hearns ain't on my level. I don't care. A belt don't define me. I don't care if Hearns got a belt. That don't define me. He's not on my level. You know why Sugar Ray Leonard fought? Because he knew First of all, he knew that was a fight for legacy, and Hearns was definitely on his level. He wanted to challenge himself. I don't understand why you're not challenging yourself. You say, hey, we built Canelo up, and then I smacked him down. I built him up, make y'all fans think he was something. Then I smacked him down. I already knew. So you ain't building him up for me. Smack him down. You didn't build him up for me and smack him down in my eyes. So I can't ever put you on a pound for pound greatest fighters of all time because you fighting for money. You fighting for one half of the equation. You fighting for money. You're not fighting to be the greatest of all times. And anybody say you the greatest of all times, the greatest of all times is not fighting the biggest fight of his career. Dude, you're not the greatest of all times. And it's an embarrassment to the other great fighters that have fought and challenged themselves time and time again for you to come in, for fans to come in and say you're the greatest, you're one of the greatest of all times, you're on that level. Like I said, you're in my top 30. You have to challenge yourself to get in the top 10, top 5. You have to fight the biggest fight of your career. Take on the challenge of the biggest fight of your career, not run away from the biggest fight of your career. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.